Okay, guys, welcome, welcome. Welcome to everybody I see here. Good to see you. I see Sharon and team. Good to see you back, Doctor. Great. Josh, good to see you. Jennifer, awesome, awesome. Tamara, look at you. Back again for more. Okay, well, we're going to have a number of other people joining. What I'm going to take up a little bit straight off the bat. There was a question that came in last week with regards to reviews. First of all, I just want to say it's awesome that you're here. We are recording this. This is going to be available for playback, so you can take notes if you want. But the bottom line here is I want you here and in the present so that you're learning what we're covering. So remember last week what we did. We did hand signals. So if you're following along, if your answer to a yes, no question is yes, if that happens to you, it's thumbs up. Everybody show me thumbs up. Everybody thumbs up. Good, good. If it happens sometimes, or you're kind of doing okay, or you kind of get it, thumb sideways. Let's see thumb sideways, everybody. Thumb sideways. Good. And if the answer is no, false to a question I ask, if it's true or false, or if you're not tracking, you're totally lost, or you're not enjoying this, it's thumbs down. Let's see thumbs down. Let's hope that that's the last time I see this. Good. All right, good. So what we're going to be talking about is video marketing. Raise your hand if you and or your office do any form of video work. Raise your hands. Good, good. Raise your hands if you want more video. Raise your hands if you want more video, you want to learn more about video. Okay, so you're in the right place. What I'm going to be taking up in addition to how to get video captured, because boy, today it's just so powerful. It's just so powerful. But I'm going to be talking about this as a subject and why it's so powerful. And it's powerful because of a term called social proof. Social proof. Who knows what social proof means? Raise your hand. You know what social proof is. You know what it means. Good. And just so you all know, I've got you all down here on a video. I can see you here, and got another video here. So hopefully I do see you if you have a question. If you have a question and you're raising your hand, go ahead and open up your microphone, say Dan, and ask me that question. We're also watching the chat, but sometimes I miss it. I got so much going on over here. So I'm just going to cover what social proof is really quickly, because this is what video falls into. And it's not just video that falls under social proof. There's a lot of other things you can do, real easy, simple things that you must do if you want more new patients. So let's just take it up. Social proof, what is it? I'm going to give you the stuffy definition of it. It's a general term that refers to any piece of evidence from the peers of your intended audience that verifies some element of your argument. Okay, well, you might be sitting there going, man, I'm not arguing. And that's not the point. What is it? Social proof is other people talking about you rather than you talking about you as a business. And I suppose it could apply personally, but you know, if other people are saying you're awesome, it's different than if you're saying you're awesome. If you say you're awesome, well, first, it's kind of arrogant, right? Second, it's less believable by a potential new patient or your existing patient who's looking at a $26,000 cosmetic case. How many of you would like to get some bigger cases? Raise your hands. You'd like bigger cases. Okay, so if I wanted to talk to you as a consumer right now, if you were about to spend $25,000, $35,000, $15,000, or $5,000. How many of you would do a little homework before you laid down that kind of cash? Raise your hand if you do a little homework before you spend 5, 15, 20. All right, of course you would do homework. You would say, well, hold on a minute. That's a whole lot of money. It's something I want, but that's a whole lot of money. If it's, you know, a car or anything, good. Well, you're going to do a little research. And when you do that research, you're probably going to go to the business that you're looking at paying that kind of money to, whether it's 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 35,000, or even 1,500 bucks, 500 bucks. Listen, for me, I don't let go of $500 easy. We all have our threshold for, when you don't look, when you buy something and you're not looking. For me, it's about 30 bucks, 30 bucks. If you want more than 35 bucks out of me, yeah, I'm going to check you out. I'm going to check some reviews. I'm going to do some homework on the product. I'm going to do some homework on the business. 35 bucks. Some of you are like, 35 bucks, Dan Brown? Come on, man. It should be like 100 or 500. Well, one day, but right now I'm super cheap. Raise your hand if you're cheap like me. Raise your hand if you're cheap like me. Yeah. And so are your new patients. They're not cheap. They're just prudent. They've been burned. Raise your hand if you've been burned. You were promised this, but you got that. Right. So, we're a little bit gun shy about pulling the trigger on anything that's got a significant price tag, and whatever significant means to you. Well, let's talk about your patients. If they're going to go forward with, getting treatment from you, or they're going to even come into your practice, boy, they're probably going to be checking you out. And when they go to check you out, they better find stuff. And if they don't find stuff, then we have what's called a black hole. It's a mystery. And nature abhors a mystery, a vacuum. Nobody likes it. They start filling in things. Oh, they don't have any reviews, or they don't have a lot of reviews, or they don't have a lot of content, or I don't see any personalized photos of this team. I guess it's a corporate. I guess it's just like Aspen or whatever. People start filling that vacuum with all sorts of stuff. None generally is any good. So you need content, but not just you talking about you. You need content where people are talking about you. Does that make sense? Thumbs up if that's making sense. Good. So let's talk about forms of social proof. Again, social proof, a general term that refers to any piece of evidence from the peers of your intended audience that verifies some element of your argument. Short version, other people talking about you and how awesome you are instead of you are. So forms of social proof, certainly your reviews, any reviews that you have, online reviews, and you take some of those online reviews and you put them all over your website everywhere, okay? Any community acknowledgements, any sort of awards, or, if you're out there picking up trash for your neighborhood, rock and roll, all of that. Now, guys, before we continue, we got a few people that have not yet turned their videos on. And, I'm just weird that way. I want everybody to turn your video on because I'm watching you. I'm watching you. So everybody, videos on, no exceptions. And it looks like we've even got Dr. Salvatore's team here. And I'm featuring their website because on their website, if you go into their About Us page, you'll see all sorts of stuff that they're involved in. And that's a form of social proof. It's you placing that content there, but doing so strategically so people go, oh, look at that. They're involved in their community. I just saw a practice that was out doing some charity work and they captured it. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, good. Colleen and I are here. However, we do not have a camera on this PC. Okay, good. We'll let it slide this time. No problem. Good. Other forms of social proof, any sort of awards you got. Some of you are pretty high levels in Invisalign. You're gold or platinum or silver. Raise your hand if you've gotten some recognition about Invisalign, from Invisalign. Raise your hand. Okay. Well, if you haven't, you can generally get them to issue you a plaque about you being an Invisalign provider, and that could be of any level. Buy that plaque. Get that plaque hung in your office. Take a picture of it. Put that on your Google business profile. That is a form of social proof. It says, hey, Invisalign is recognizing this practice as an Invisalign provider. So whether it's an award or a recognition, that all serves. Best form of social proof, right here, before and after photos. It's fast and it gets the job done. If you take a look at how Matheson Dentistry does it, they do a big before photo on the left, a big after photo on the right. This is in their smile gallery. And then a description beneath of what was done in layman's terms, non-dental terms. Nancy's teeth were painful and unattractive. Yeah, I'd say. She was tired of never-ending issues and wanted a permanent solution. After consulting with the doctor, Nancy decided on a fixed implant denture solution. Now, the person might not have any idea what a fixed denture implant solution is, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're getting phone calls saying, hi, I'm just calling. I'd like to find out what, this whole thing about the fixed implant denture solution thingy is. And it's been communicated and exposed to them what that service is, but not in overcomplicated dental speak. Now she can eat, smile, and talk with the confidence she hasn't had in years. That is awesome, awesome marketing. Here's another one. Robert G's case. After hiding his smile behind a bushy mustache for years due to broken and missing teeth, Robert is now proud to show off his new implant-supported denture, all on 4 procedure. You see, they're defining it. They're not assuming that everybody knows what that is. We weren't surprised to see the mustache missing with the smile like this. Now, this is positioned in such a fashion that it actually warms the heart of the viewer. I look at this and I'm actually happy for Robert. Raise your hand if you're happy for Robert, if you feel glad that Robert has a better smile, right? We all do, right? The only people that won't are people who are down on the tone scale. They're like, well, I don't know if I believe that. Robert probably still has other things wrong with him. Okay, well, that cranky guy can go on to Aspen Dental, right? We don't need or want that person. But most people are going to go, that's pretty cool. They're going to be happy for Robert. Well, who brought Robert's case to them? You did. And you captured it in a before and after photo, put a little caption underneath it to describe what was done. And in simple terms, non-dental speak. Here's another one, Larry N's case. Larry wasn't happy with the smile or his missing tooth. With some crown and bridge work and choosing a new shade for his teeth, he is a new man. Not much keeps him from smiling now. Boy. Today, people, and this is what we're going to get into in the video marketing section. Guys, today, people don't read a whole bunch of text. They don't read a bunch of text unless they're really drawn into what's going on. And so, think about yourself as a consumer. See if this applies to you. A study shows that somebody would rather watch a 30-second video than read 4 paragraphs of text. That's where we are today. So we use big photos, a little bit of text, we get the point home, and we draw them in so that they want to learn more about this what's his crown work and etc. Salvatore Dental site, we got this one. Close the gap here with Samantha, with Invisalign, beautiful. Andrew here, missing and chipped teeth, got that fixed with crowns and dental implants. So that is social proof. Show me with your thumbs how this is going. Are you getting it? Thumbs up, kind of, thumb sideways, not really, lost, thumbs down. Good, excellent. Okay, other forms of social proof, and that's why we're here. That's why we're here, video marketing. You're gonna do some video testimonials. And we're gonna make it real easy today on how to do that, okay? And you're gonna put them everywhere. You're going to put them on your website. You're going to put them in your Facebook. You're going to put them in your Instagram. You're going to put them on a YouTube channel. You're going to put them on your Google My Business profile. You're going to put them everywhere. And boy, it is powerful. Again, if I am contemplating a cosmetic case or a significant case, if I'm looking at spending anything over, $3,500 myself personally for dentistry, I'm going to go make sure that you know what you're doing and that you've done what you're telling me you're going to do with other people successfully, and it was a good result. How many of you as consumers are a consumer like me? You're going to investigate and do some homework. Raise your hand. You're going to investigate and do some homework before you lay down $3,500 or more, right? So this is who we're talking about. We want more fee-for-service patients. Raise your hand if you want more fee-for-service type. Like, it's more important to have good, healthy teeth and gums than it is insurance, right? So if you want them, you're going to have to deal with online reviews and reputation management. So some examples: Matheson Dentistry went from about 40 reviews to 746. This practice went from 8 reviews, 2.2 stars, to over 850 reviews now, and 4.9 stars. And then Mark Dill's practice tomorrow here at the helm. Tomorrow, raise your hand, put your hands in the air, wave them around like you don't care. Good to see you. There you go. Okay. They went from 35 reviews to 1,495 reviews. Give them a big hand. Okay, and we're going to tell you the simple formula to it. But bottom line for your practice, if you don't have this yet, before we get into videos, I'm going to tell you this right now. You need to have a rating between 4.7 and 4.9, no lower than 4.7. 4.7 is even kind of on the edge. We want 4.9. I didn't say 5.0 because a lot of people say that's unbelievable. But once you get so many reviews, there's no contesting it. That number, that sweet spot as far as number of reviews is no less than 150. If you got 150 5-star, you're safe. You're good. If you've got 15 5-star, everybody thinks, well, that's your cousin, your sister, your brother, you know, that's what they think. So I'm going to cover this quickly with you. Tips for leaving reviews. Both Google and Yelp want your patients to leave reviews while the patient is at the practice. And they love it when the patient includes a photo or two. Totally cool. My son, Boston, got pulled off a slide, fell down and cracked his front tooth, right? Horrible. Went to a dentist that I help, and he's local. I left a review. This review has been seen because I'm a local guide. I know how often people see my reviews. I get reports as a Google guide. I'm a Google guide. Isn't that cool? Not really, but you can tell I'm a marketing geek, right? So I know how many times this thing's been viewed. Over 8,000 times this review has been viewed. And I put this photo up. That's the before. I put the after up. I said, Doc, get in there. He's like, well, I don't know if that's right. You know, it's COVID times. It was back during COVID times. I said, Doc, get in there. Get next to my boy. Put on a smile. He got real like stiff. And I'm like, dude, smile. Because he's like that normally. But he got on, you know, the photo. And he's like all serious. I said, come on, man. He's like, it's behind a mask. I said, I can see that you're not smiling. Smile. He smiled. I clapped, you know, the photo. So this has been viewed over 8,000 times. Wow. So go ahead and get your patients to take photos. Do it when they're on site. Patients will need a Gmail or YouTube login for a Google review and a Yelp profile for Yelp and a Facebook profile for Facebook. If they haven't got any of those things, some of our clients go ahead and, you know, register somebody with Google. Don't make it weird. Just, you know, do it if you can do it and move on if you can't. Don't use a common device or Wi-Fi. Have the patients use their phone and not on your guest Wi-Fi. Very important that they're not leaving it on your Wi-Fi because it's going to seem like it's all coming from one device, and some of your reviews will be removed by both Google and Yelp. Don't ask for a positive review ever. Ask for an honest review, and use QR codes to make that process easier. QR code, raise your hand if you got QR codes for your reviews in your practice. Excellent. If you don't, you're a Bloomberg Digital client, reach out to your account manager and they will help you. Okay, we'll get them generated for you. I'm going to tell you this. Just go ahead. If you don't have the Google one, this is where you go for the Google one, mygoogleqrcode.com. Snap a photo of that screen if you don't have it. Snap a photo of that screen if you don't have it. Okay, nobody's snapping a photo, so you all have it. Good. And what I want you to do is I want you to put your QR codes like this. This is one of our Bloomberg Digital clients. This is Dr. Johnson. And they have this displayed at the reception. And right next to it is this cool little jar. And right next to that is this super sexy basket of lots of cool stuff. And if you look in that super sexy basket with lots of cool stuff, there's chocolate, an Amazon card. This was during COVID time, so there was a roll of toilet paper. All right, so some sanitizer. There's an electric toothbrush, lots of cool stuff, right? And it says, ask me how you can win. And so somebody says, whoa, 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 that's a cool basket. How do I win that? Yeah, well, we do a drawing every couple of weeks or whatever. And they say, well, how do I get in that drawing? Well, we put your name in this jar. How do I get my name in that jar? Oh, well, you just leave some feedback about the office. Scan there. Works like a charm. Works like a charm. So, and for this super sexy, cool stuff basket, you know, go around to some of your local businesses tomorrow. You'll knock this one dead. Go around to some of your local businesses, the local chocolatier who's struggling, you know, as a local business, not the chain, not the corporate, but the local business, and go to the local, you know, hair place, get some stuff in there that they're willing to co-sponsor and put their card in there. and you're like, hey, we're supporting local businesses. This all comes from local businesses. There's some gourmet teas, some gourmet coffee from this shop. There's this chocolate from this shop. There's some cool soaps from this shop over here. And there's business cards in there, and they're all wrapped cool. And you give that away once a week or every 2 weeks or every month if you want. And you're getting the word out about these businesses. Thumbs up if you're tracking. Thumbs up if you're tracking. Sideways, kind of. Thumbs down. Lost in space. Okay, good. Good. Everybody's thumbs up. Love it. Okay, good. So what did that do for Dr. Johnson? Well, she's sitting over 700 reviews. So you want to have tons of reviews. For everybody that has over 150 reviews for your office, raise your hand. You have over 150. Leave your hand up. Good. Over 250, leave your hand up. Over 350, leave your hand up. Ooh, look at this. A lot of you. Okay, over 500, leave your hand up. Over 700, leave your hand up. Wow, look at it. We got a lot of contenders here. Good, good stuff. Okay, everybody that's just joined recently, turn your video on. Turn your video on. Otherwise, I'm going to name and shame you. All right, no, I just want participation. I want you to be here. I want you present, and I want to see your thumb, etc. Because we are about to get into the most important section of this, which is video marketing. Now, watch these stunning statistics. In 2020, 96% of consumers increased their online video consumption. 9 out of 10 viewers said that they wanted to see more videos from brands and businesses. And in fact, as of 2022, an average person is predicted to spend 100 minutes per day watching online videos. Bite that off, chew on it, and swallow it. Man, and I'll just tell you, you're going to look and you're going to think, well, nah, 100 minutes a day. Well, 100 minutes a day goes fast. And that's average. That takes into consideration some of us who don't spend that much time on video. Actually, I spend a lot of time on video because I'm constantly studying. But then there's a lot of people who spend like 6 hours plus a day on video. So trust me, it's a big, big deal. Another statistic for you, 78% of people watch online videos every week and 55% view online videos every day. In fact, that 54% of consumers wanted to see more video content this year. 72% of customers said they would rather learn about a product or service by way of video instead of reading about it. In fact, 84% of people say they've been convinced to buy a product or service by watching a brand's video. And that's happened with me. I've definitely seen video and it's enticed me to buy something, whether a service or product. If that's happened to you, raise your hand. If videos helped in your buying process as a consumer, good. Everybody's raising their hands, except for like 3 people. Which is worrisome. Okay, good. They're down to 2 people. Good. Okay, good. Now look at this. Viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in a video compared to 10% when reading it in that text. And here we spend all this time. You know, what should we say on our website? Well, we really need to get our verbiage better. And okay, I'm sorry. You know, the time that you just spent rewriting your content on your website is not necessarily wasted, but you could have been putting that in video. So, all right, I think we're getting the idea here. 92% of consumers watch videos with the sound off. 50% of consumers rely on captions. Now, you want to put your videos and have captions on them. Fortunately, YouTube, when you upload your videos to YouTube, it can generate auto captions, or you can get your video editor to include captions. But some people watch videos in the quiet. I do that sometimes. TikTok. How many of you are TikTokers? And you could raise your hand. I'm a TikToker. I watch TikTok. Raise your hand if you're a TikToker. I see some people are like, well, I don't know if I'm going to admit it here. Okay, well, that was like 2 years ago. It's okay to watch TikTok. 68% of people use TikTok to watch someone else's video, and 55% of people use TikTok to upload their own video. It's a big, big, big area. Just so you know, with regards to TikTok, look at these stats. Has over 800 million active users worldwide. On average, American users spend 46 minutes on TikTok every day, accounting to 37 billion video views a month. 68% of people use TikTok to watch somebody else's video, 55% upload their own. Only 1 in 10 marketers have tried video marketing on TikTok, and of them, 66% report having been successful. It's the new thing, and marketing isn't necessarily who's best, it's who's first. So just remember that. So let's get on to the different types of marketing that you can do for video marketing. So patient testimonials, patient reveal videos, social media content, office culture content, office tour, doctor interviews, dental tutorials, and anything else. So now that I've kind of wet your whistle a little bit about video marketing, I want you guys to raise your hand and tell me, like, what have you run into as to like why you haven't done more video marketing? So who's gonna share? Who's gonna share? Who's got a question, concern? This is why I don't do video marketing. What you got? Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
Sabrina does a video.
Hi.
Josh.
So my question is, or like an issue that we've had is just finding time during the day to generate content without messing up the flow of our clinical staff.
Yeah, good. What kind of content, Josh?
So, I mean, one of the big things we want to do is just have, like, we want to take pictures and videos, with our patients in the chair interacting with our doctor. But as far as finding a good time to go and, ask them, one, if they're available, and two, like what's going on with the packed schedule, it definitely, we get in the way when we try to get that content.
Yeah, 100%. Good. Okay, good. I'm going to take that up. Anybody else, and what else? Somebody raise their hand. Somebody raise their hand. Good. Sonia, good to see you, doctor.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good.
It's just that, at least in my case, I procrastinate a lot. Like I've been saying I want to do it, and I just don't do it. And I always find an excuse. I'm too busy, or I don't look good today. That's my main thing. I need a professional makeup to be in a video,
Oh, I love it.
That's my
love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, good. Well, thank you for the honesty, and totally understood. Good. Who does that apply to? Raise your hand if that applies to you too. Listen, too busy, procrastinate, you don't look your best, not enough makeup, you got under chin. Okay, good. Listen, we're all that way. Just so you know, when it comes to video, when you see your video of you, you're going to look like an idiot until you've gotten a certain number of minutes under your belt. And that might actually be hours. You're going to look and sound ridiculous. You're going to look fat, overweight, ugly, not attractive. This is just by nature, because we are all our worst critics. We're horrible on ourselves, like bad. So trust me when I say this, you're not doing this because this is some sort of beauty contest, and not even remotely. What you're doing this for is you're bringing a message to people who are they've checked you out. They found you somehow, but they're not yet sold on you. So they want to get a little bit of the culture, and that you aren't perfect is actually kind of cool. That's actually kind of cool, because guess what? They're not either. None of us are. So just understand that that's all part of family dentistry, is being real. And they're not going to be there critical and judgmental about how you look, how you sound, what your voice is, and all that stuff. You are, but they're not. And if they are that way and hypercritical, trust me, you don't want them. You don't want them. Okay. So they're going to be there for the content. They're going to find out what the experience would be like. They get a chance to meet you. They go, wow, listen to this doctor. She's cool. She's kind of fun. And what you're trying to do is capture the culture of the office and relay it in a safe manner to your potential new patients or your existing patients who are contemplating going forward with a larger treatment plan. That's what it's for. So I just want to make this very clear. When it comes to video, I've said this a million times. I'm going to say it again. Video is like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. Like you just can't go too wrong. You want to get lots of video. Now, over time, you're going to do it better. It's going to look better and this sort of thing. Go back to MGE's first videos. Go to their YouTube channel after this. Go back to their first videos. All the videos are all blown out. You know, we had Dr. Winteregg with his white hair on a silver background. So it's like his head disappeared because he's got this white hair. You know, it's just his face floating in this, you know, silver background. It was horrible. Audio was horrible. You know, look at it today. You know, we got multiple cameras and all this stuff. Okay, fine. We've learned you know, we have to have this level of video to you. You know, Bloomberg Digital, I got 3 cameras in here. I got a whole sound studio, blah, 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 lighting and all that stuff, because I'm business to business. You're business to consumer. Consumers are okay on you having some homegrown stuff. They actually kind of dig that when they see Aspen, everything's all slow motion. With these models, you know, it's just like, we all know that that's just, you know, these people are models and they're paid actors. So it's kind of unbelievable. They see you with homegrown stuff. It's actually quite refreshing. So thumbs up if you guys are tracking, thumbs sideways kind of, or you don't totally agree, or thumbs down if you hate me. Okay, good. No hates. Good. Anybody else have a question? Any other things that, like, I'm not doing video or running into this, or anybody else? Okay, good. Now, I'm going to show you one of our clients. Yeah, go ahead, Corinne. Corinne, activate your microphone.
Hi.
Good to see you, by the way.
Good to see you too. I'm also on my PC, so I can actually see your slides, but I have my phone camera on, so that's why I'm on there twice.
Beautiful. Yeah, cool.
I guess best ways to ask people to be in the video. And you know, it's like, you know, I'm much better at asking for reviews, but asking people to like do the video. That's sort of where I'm at with it.
Fantastic. So Corinne, you're going to be the patient. I'm going to be the dental staff member. Fair?
Okay. Sure.
Good. So, so Corinne, how do you like your new veneers?
They're great. They're great. I feel like I, you know, actually smile now.
Nice, nice. Corinne, how was the process? I mean, you know, you didn't know if it was going to be painful and horrible. And how has the office been? And how was the process? Was it more painful, less painful, as painful as you thought? You know, just tell me a little bit about that process.
No, far less painful than I ever thought. I was really worried about that, but everybody made me feel really comfortable. And, you know, Dr. Seuss is so funny and friendly and walked me through everything. His staff was, you know, they're keeping me comfortable. They brought me like my favorite snacks. I didn't know why they asked me about like what I liked, but then like a Jamba Juice showed up at the end of my appointment, and
Wow.
it was my favorite flavor. So it's like, yeah, everybody made me feel really comfortable.
Awesome. I'm so happy to hear. And you did share some of those sentiments in the review you left us. So thank you for that review. Really appreciate that. Corinne, the reason I'm asking is that, as I said with the review when I asked you earlier, today, people don't want to hear from business about a business. They want to hear from a consumer. But even more so, you know, consumers today, and specifically patients, people who don't like the dentist, don't go to the dentist. Like 1 in 3 Americans don't go to the dentist routinely. And a lot of people put off dental procedures that they really, really want because they're scared of the process, they're scared of the pain, they're scared of the team, it being this cold, you know, condescending environment and stuff. And it sounds like you had everything but that. And that's what we really pride ourselves here, you know, at our practice. But the fact is that there are people who, let's take your veneers, people today who are living day to day in a compromised quality of life where they're not happy about their smile. They don't like looking at themselves. They cover their mouth, and now they're on Zoom 3 or 4 times a day. You know, so they sit there in that emotional pain, but they don't go forward because they don't know who to choose or who to trust. So for that reason, Corinne, I want to ask a favor. I would like it, if you wouldn't mind, I'm just going to hold my phone up and I'm just going to do a little video testimonial where you can tell them and talk to them, send a message to other patients who are putting off maybe getting the life back that they want and they deserve. Would you do that for us, Corinne?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, good. How did I position that there? What was it, me asking, hey, Corinne, I got this absolute nutcase of a consultant, marketing dude named Dan Brown saying I need to get a video testimonial. Will you do one so we can make lots of money? Am I doing that? No, how am I positioning this?
I think your position is like, hey, you had a really good experience. Can you help us educate other people on those experiences, and people will trust you because you've been through it, and you're not the dental office. You're not, marketing to them. You're just telling the truth about your experience. And can you,
Exactly.
help us do that so we can help other people?
And you see, that's it. Now, sometimes you'll get there. The person will be like, well, I'm not really good in front of camera, or I'm kind of overweight, or I'm not my very best, or I didn't do makeup, and say, you know what, listen, understood. And how about we video this, and then we send this off to an editor, and we make it just, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put your before and after smile in there, and just, kind of tell the story. It'll just be about 30 seconds, 45 seconds when we're done. If you don't like it, fine. But really, people aren't going to be there about, what you're wearing or how much makeup you have. They want to hear your experience. And what I'm asking you to do is care enough about other people to give them that message, because they're not going to believe us. And you can't blame them. We're the business, right? Kind of got a dog in the fight. And in their eyes, we're therefore untrustable. We're not biased. But boy, it would really help. So deal on that. And listen, what we do is, you help us out on that. I'm going to mention this at the end because you've already agreed to it, is we throw in some movie tickets and some great burgers down at the local burger place just for helping us out. And, because you don't have to do this, but because you're kind of being an ambassador, not just for this office, but for good dental health and what can be, we take care of you with some movie tickets and burger. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Yeah. And so you have something like that, or a cool little basket, or an electric toothbrush, and it's standing by there to help kind of soften that. And just, because it's going to take a few minutes of their time, but that's all it's going to take. And they got to sign a HIPAA release for marketing purposes. And if you guys don't have that, you email me and I'll make sure that you do have that, or a sample that you can get checked by your local HIPAA consultant. So any questions on what I just went over with Corinne? Does anybody else have any questions? Great question, Corinne. Really, I'm glad you asked that question. Anybody else? Okay. So I'm going to show you, I asked somebody to go out and start and get one done, and they did. And I asked them to use their camera. Now, inside my studio here, I have 3 cameras with pro lenses and pro lighting and all this stuff. What camera do you think you guys should use? Good, Melissa. Good. Yep. Hold up your awesome HD camera. Everybody do it. Hold up your camera. It's called a phone. It records in as good quality, probably better quality than you actually need. It records in what's called HD, high definition, right? All you need. That's more quality. Don't even put it into 4K, right? 4K. Most phones today have 4K. Don't do it. It's too big. You'll never use it. Okay. So you're going to use that. And I'm going to show you a couple other things. But one of our clients did this, went out and got it. They actually had their assistant do it, who hadn't been to the new patient workshop where I kind of do a tutorial on it. Used the practice phone. They have a practice phone. Guys, this is a great tip. Don't turn in your old phones when you go get your new upgraded one. Keep it. Take the hit on the chin for the $200 credit. Make it a practice cell phone. It's just fantastic to have around. So they took their practice cell phone and they recorded this. Now I'm going to show you. It was, I'm just going to preface this. It was less than optimal. Okay. It was everything but ideal. But here's what I loved about it is that they did it at all. And because they did it at all, we got a result. So I don't want anybody to be hypercritical about what you see here. I am going to make sure that I can have you hear it. So any comments thus far? Are you seeing this or no? No, you're not seeing it. Okay, good. So share sound. Good. So now, are you seeing it? Good. So any comments thus far? Any comments thus far? What you got? Who wants to say like, okay, good. Hey, I think blank. Come on now. You're all thinking it. Yeah, go ahead tomorrow.
Are you asking like what would we do differently with the video, or
Yeah, what would you do different? What would you do different so far? I haven't even started the video. What would you do
well,
different?
I would turn the phone sideways if that's what they're using, just so it's landscape, not portrait mode.
Correct.
Just so
Yep.
we could be more focused on his smile and his face versus his entire wardrobe. Like, cause I'm looking at his shirt, his shorts, his cell phone, and everything going on behind him. So that's what I would do.
Good. Good. And then Tracy in the chat, guys, sorry, I'm just seeing the chat now. Tracy says schedule is up. Background computer should not show the appointment book. Correct. That's a HIPAA violation. Sorry, Melissa. I didn't see it. You were raising your hands, but cool. So yeah, this is that's good. Those are all good points. Now let's just hear what he has to say.
Hi, my name is TJ Lyons. I came in here with a really bad toothache and decided to get dentures. I had 6 teeth pulled and surprisingly no pain at all. This is the day after and I still have no pain. I am totally amazed. They're really professional here and I would highly recommend them.
And can we take a look at your denture?
It's the uppers.
Super nice.
Okay, good. So what do you think about what he said as a patient's message? Thumbs up, thumbs medium, thumbs down. His message. Yeah, it was a great message. Great. It's just everything else. So what did we do? Well, we animated his logo, this doctor's logo. Good. We got a before and after photo. And then we edited this, and here's what we ended up with.
Hi, my name is TJ Lyons. I came in here with a really bad toothache and decided to get dentures. I had 6 teeth pulled and surprisingly no pain at all. This is the day after and I still have no pain. I am totally amazed. They're really professional here and I would highly recommend them.
Okay, what do you guys think of that final video? Thumbs up, thumbs medium, thumbs down. What do you guys think? Good. Guess how long it took to record that video? Guess. Somebody. 1 hour, 1 minute. Yeah, it's about a minute, about 5 minutes probably total from setup to finish. Then they sent it off. We have a video editor here. Allison, are you here? Allison, are you here? Good. Yeah. Allison, pipe up so everybody can see you. So hi. Allison's a video editor. Introduce yourself, Allison.
Hi, everyone. I am a video editor. Some of you guys might have seen me at Owners Conference or just around MGE. I know I've worked with a few of you already, but yeah, I edit testimonials and interview videos and anything else you need.
Good. So you put like a couple hours of video editing time. You get an intro. Let me show you some components here that I would suggest you consider. This is the breakdown. So this can all be done in what's called post meaning after. So you just get the content, get a 30-second, 60-second testimonial, send it in, and then we do the following.
Hi, my name is TJ Lyons. I came in here with a really bad toothache.
So this is called the hook. And 3 seconds into the video, we grab their attention, get them to stay there. It's called a marketing hook. In our system, it's called attract, interest, get your message across. So he starts talking, boom, we're in there right there with, oh my gosh, look at this before. This dentist knows what they're doing. And it's not letting me pause. So come on. There we go.
Hi, my name is TJ Lyons. I came in here with a really bad toothache and decided to get dentures. I had 6 teeth pulled and surprisingly no pain at all. This is the
No
day
pain
after
at all is a
and
message.
I still have no pain. I am totally amazed. They're really professional
Result?
here and I would highly recommend them.
Up close. Animated logo. Call to action. All in about 1 minute. How many of you think you could do that? Raise your hand. You could get the content. That's all we need is the content. That's all we need. So Josh, here's how you do it. Right there, you jump in there and you pull out your phone and you start recording and you ask, hey, so what do you think about ABC Dental, or for whatever the name of the practice is? And let the person talk. Let them finish talking, keep recording, say great, and tell about your experience. Painful, more pain than expected, less pain. Oh, this experience was ever. What Allison will do is she'll cut this thing up, or if you've got a video editor, or if any of your team does video editing, you just cut up those points and you slam this thing together in such a fashion. You take a before and after photo, put that all together, and you're done. You do that 10 times and you are set to rock and roll. Now I want to show you, this is where you get to after you've done a few of them. This is Salvatore Dental. Rich might be here. I see he's logged in.
All right, Bill, here we go. Let's take a peek. Take a look in the mirror.
Wow. It's just a totally different smile. Way better than anything I could have ever even imagined.
I love it.
Unreal. My teeth were horrible. They were crumbling out of my mouth. I was in pain pretty much all the time. And the experience that I had with you guys was just amazing. I was completely comfortable the whole time. No issues. I never felt any anxiety or stress while I was here. And the experience was just overall went really well.
Awesome.
I'm very pleased. All of my uppers, my actual teeth, my uppers were removed. The time frame was only, that day the teeth were out and the temporaries were in.
Yep.
Which was, I was just amazed. I thought I was going to be walking around with no teeth at all.
Right.
The time frame was amazing. I couldn't have asked for a better time frame. I would absolutely recommend to anybody who would want to do this procedure. Absolutely. It was worth every penny, and you guys are amazing here.
What do you guys think? Thumbs up, thumbs medium, thumbs down? Amazing. So Dr. Salvatore, are you here?
Yes, Dan, I'm here.
Okay. Well, folks, what do we think of Dr. Salvatore? I think he deserves a big hand for the work and getting it done.
Wow, that's a big one. Very nice. Can you hear me okay, Dan?
Okay, good. Yeah, clearly.
Awesome.
And Dr.
and just
Salvatore.
Yeah. No, I was going to say I bring it up very casually because when I have it's not like I plan on these reveals. I just see the patient in the chair. I know I'm delivering it. I've got a pretty full schedule. I got 3 columns going. So I got a production column and then 2 other side columns. So it's a side book. So I literally have maybe 5 minutes. And I just, I've got a good relationship with my patients at this point because he's been through so much with the surgeries and things. So I just literally say, if it's okay with you, if you're comfortable, I'd like to share this experience with other patients. Patients will listen to you more than they're going to listen to me because I could talk forever, but I'm the dentist. And you can speak for 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, whatever you're comfortable with, and I'd appreciate it. And if you don't do it, not a big deal. So I kind of just put it out like that. And thankfully, I've got a lot of patients, so most of them do say yes. There's some patients don't feel comfortable, but yeah, and I think we've had maybe like 6 videos now, and I've got a bunch of other ones that we're delivering. So, but it takes, 5 minutes, and I'm just holding my phone. Pretty basic, straightforward stuff. And I just, I hold it in front of me. I have them kind of look at me. So we're just talking, and I'm just holding my phone in front of me and just trying to make it natural. And then and even you can even tell them, like, if they get nervous, if you goof up, they'll edit it out. It's not a big deal.
So, you know, it's interesting. So guys, he just said he's done 6 videos, but I want to tell you this. He sends these through to Allison, and that's 6 videos in what period of time, doctor? 6 videos in over what period of time?
Maybe 3 weeks. I don't know. two a week.
Yeah, I think it's more like 2 weeks.
Maybe
because
2
you
weeks.
just
I don't
sent
know. I'm not
another
good at time.
2. Yeah. So I'm just telling you, the thing is that Dr. Salvatore has this together as part of a workflow. And what do I mean by workflow? Well, he's incorporated this into that's all part of the process. Just like, you know, at a certain point you do this, at the next point you do this. And so he's got this down to where he's bringing this into the workflow. So Dr. Salvatore, is it something that that you have just always been naturally good at, or is this something that you've learned over time? Maybe you could share.
I mean, if you look at, even if I've got a YouTube video or station, some of the early stuff is just, it's awkward. I mean, it's always awkward to see yourself, but it's very awkward. I mean, I had ones where I like set up a whole, I like video. I'm kind of like Dan, but I set up a tripod in this whole thing, and I'm standing in the middle of my house, and I have like a suit jacket on with shorts. You can't see the shorts. And I'm just there for hours, just trying to go over stuff. And it's just so unnatural. But then as you keep, it's like anything else, it's repetition. You keep on going, you get a little bit more comfortable. You always see yourself as a little goofy, but I mean, people are, like you said, it's a message. You're going to be real because you are real to the patients. And then with these testimonials, I ask questions just to kind of trigger them to talk, but it's basically just them talking. And if you goof up, then, you know, that's where the video editor can come in and kind of make it pretty.
Right. Nice. And doctor, what are some of the questions you're asking patients that are kind of prompting them to give these responses?
Just to go over exactly what you had done, your experience. And then I kind of think of, like, a lot of patients come in and they expect that it's going to be a very long process with implants. They expect that it's going to be, you know, they're going to have no teeth or dentures. So I always ask them to, like, can you go over that? A comparison of the foods that you used to eat before, you couldn't eat before, and you can eat now. So just a lot of things that, and if you're talking about veneers, the same kind of thing, like, and I try to hit, you could be like before I tell the patient, before I turn on the camera, I'll say something like, you know, a lot of patients expect to be able to chew and everything, but a lot of times people like look at the emotional aspect of it. So do you mind sharing how this has affected your life with your family or friends, or you're more confident at work, etc. So just a couple of things that get, you know, the conversation going. And it's literally just a conversation with the patient. Because sometimes, I mean, I've recorded a dud one time. I didn't even tell you, Dan. I had it all set up, good before and after. I turn it on, and I'm like, do you mind doing a testimonial? He's like, I'll do a testimonial. And I'm like, how was the process? How long was it? How was the time frame? He's like, it took forever. And like, he just stopped. I'm like, and I'm like, so how's eating? He's like, eating's good. I'm like, what kind of stuff can you eat? I can eat some hard. I can eat hard stuff. I'm like, okay, good. So that was it. It was 20 seconds long. I said, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I didn't send it over to you. So, I mean, you know, it's like anything else. It's just volume. And then you'll have some patients that are very natural, and other patients that, you know, you just thank them for the time and effort. And that's about it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. I think, and that's a big part of it. You know, not everyone you're going to knock out of the park, and don't expect to. But doctor, one last question, if I wouldn't,
sure,
if I can. Has anyone commented on your video content, whether the testimonials or some of the doctor interviews that you've done, because you've done videos on implants and stuff? Can you tell, like, have patients come in and said, yes, that actually helped me, or that helped me make my decision?
100%. So they actually have a lot of patients that come in. I do a lot of videos on implants and the process, and kind of a lot of educational videos. So a lot of times they come in already knowing me, like, hey, Dr. Rich, like, I love this video, and they're already educated on it, and they're already kind of sold on our practice. So that's a big thing, because it's you're establishing kind of the ARC before the patient even comes in. You've got a communication line out to them, and they kind of know you before you knew them. So you skip ahead, you know, your level of communication is much higher than if they're just like a first time you see somebody. It's like a cold call, cold patient. It's more of like it's like a warm lead now. So that definitely helps a bunch. And, you know, a lot of the patients, they they want to help. They love the process. They're excited. They finally got the teeth that they always wanted. They love other people to do it. They knew they had apprehension before, and they thought it was going to be this crazy process. And now they see that it was a lot easier than they thought. So they're super happy, and especially when you know, the day that you give them the teeth, the day that you deliver everything, they're on cloud 9. So that's definitely the best time to do it.
Beautiful, beautiful. And for those that don't know, what we do is, what Bloomberg Digital does is we often, if you're coming to MGE, like Dr. Salvatore is coming down, because he actually delivers part of the ABC. If you guys haven't seen that, he's just knocks it out of the park. So he's coming down this ABC, which starts tomorrow. Yep. And we're going to get some interviews done with him professionally and ask questions, and then create some more video content in an interview format. And for every Bloomberg Digital SEO client, you're welcome to come to MGE. We set that up. Allison comes, she interviews you. You don't have to be good on camera. She just is literally asking you very specific questions as if she's a patient. And then you're sitting there answering the questions as if she's a patient. And pretty soon you're going to forget about a camera. This is just a good step to get you warmed up to the video process. And then we get a bunch of content. It's the video shoot for SEO clients is free for all Bloomberg Digital SEO clients. And then you just pay for her editing time, and her editing time for Bloomberg Digital clients is $50 an hour. So it's stuff you will use for the rest of your practice life, and a great option. So I'm going to go on to kind of some other aspects of video marketing. How are we doing so far? How many of you are learning? Thumbs up, thumbs sideways, kind of, thumbs down. This is what I came here for. It's okay to be honest. Okay, good, good. Okay, good. So I'm going to show you some things that I think you should consider as far as other video options. And these are, you can do whatever you want, but video, any video is fantastic. But I'm going to show you some stuff that I think is really, really good. Okay. If you want to get a hold of Allison and get video editing done, guys, take a picture of this screen. Allison can help you with video editing. Just shoot her an email. She can do video editing. She can also arrange a photo shoot. She also does on-site video shoots. Take a picture of that, and that's how you get a hold of her. Like I said, for Bloomberg Digital, we do an SEO client special where we include a free film shoot for you. Now I want to get into a few other things. We have what's called explainer videos, where you can explain the process. This is Dr. Salvatore with his own created videos, and he's talking about implants. Now, somebody who's considering implants, they're going to spend, quite some money in doing so. And it's quite a commitment, not just financially, but lifestyle and everything. So you can go to his pages, and he's got video content. When people see these, not only are they getting the questions answered, but they get a chance to meet Dr. Salvatore and see the practice. He's got some great stuff, look at this as far as the title. Dr. Rich explains 5 questions you should ask your dental provider about dental implants, this sort of stuff. Really, really great stuff. I'm going to show you other quick content. Dr. Matt Asaro had a person come in who is an influencer. So she's an influencer. She's got a bunch of followings on Instagram, and she wanted new veneers. He said, listen, if I give you a little price break, will you do a video and post it on your Instagram page? She said, absolutely. Got some before and afters. We picked out a photo of him that would be fitting. Allison did a little video intro, actually did a couple.
Hi guys, so I'm just at my final appointment to check on my final veneers. This is the final teeth. They are perfect. What I love about them is that they look like real teeth. When I come to see Matt, I wanted my teeth to have a lot of character and to basically not be able to tell I had veneers in, and he has smashed it. I have no problem eating. Literally everything feels like normal. Like, these feel like my real teeth. I couldn't be more happier. Thank you, Matt.
Okay, so Allison, how long did it take you to edit that? Roughly, it was a while ago, but do you remember?
Probably like an hour and a half, maybe
Right,
two.
and then plus uploads and then
Yeah.
some animations and stuff. So call it 3 hours. So that video, and it cost the doctor a bit because he gave her a bit of a break on her veneers. So Dr. Asaro then gets a phone call from a dude in Australia. Says, hey, yeah, I'm looking to go surfing in South America, but I want to stop by Los Angeles and get veneers, go on my surfing trip, and then come back and get my finals. Can we do that? And of course, Dr. Saro's like, no, of course. Comes the day for the appointment, the guy doesn't show up, and he's like, okay, that's social media, who knows, Instagram. The next day, Dr. Asaro walks into the practice. The guy's there at the doorstep saying, I'm so sorry, the flight was delayed. Can you still squeeze me in? Guy comes in, paid in full, $35,000. So how long did it take Dr. Asaro to get that all set up and get a video? Well, probably all in his, dedication and time, maybe a half an hour, something like that. But this is working without him even knowing. So I want you guys to think about that. Now I'm going to cover some stuff as far as what you need to think about for videos. Always record like you see here. We call that landscape. Everybody hold up your phone. Everybody hold up your phone and hold it in front of the camera so I can see landscape. Hold up landscape, everybody. Good. Always record landscape. Now hold it portrait. Hold it upright, portrait. Hold it portrait like I'm holding. Good. Now slap your hand. Say, no, don't do that. Right. Now go back to landscape. That's right. Yeah. So we always film landscape because I can take a landscape video and make a portrait, but it's hard to make a portrait video landscape. Okay. And what Allison will do, if you want, a version for your Facebook and Instagram, and you want a low scaled version for Google My Business, and then the full scale for your website, she'll make 3 versions of the video, but always, always, always film landscape. All right. 75% of viewers prefer watching a video horizontally, that's landscape. And 25% prefer in portrait or vertically. So we'll make it for both, but always go horizontal, not vertical. When you start recording, before you start recording, put it in airplane mode. Somebody tell me why put it in airplane mode. Somebody tell me why. Light up your microphone. I'm engaging. I'm just going to sit here and stare at the camera until somebody pipes up. Why put it in airplane mode?
To avoid interruption.
Yes. And not only to avoid interruption, but if you receive a phone call in the middle of a recording, it not only ends that recording, but it might delete the entire recording. So you got a patient there and they're in tears of joy telling about their experience, and you lose that recording. What are you going to do? Reject the call and say, okay, can you go back to that part where you were crying and do that again for me, please? It's just not good form. So airplane mode, that's why I would always say have a practice cell phone that is just sitting there. Have it connected to some cloud storage, whether it's Apple Cloud or Google Cloud, so that if the phone grows legs and walks away, all of your files are backed up in the cloud. So microphones, so important. This is the Purple Panda microphone. We handed those out to all Bloomberg Digital clients at the owners conference. And if you're using an iPhone, you're going to need that stupid little dongle to adapt it. But this plugs into your headphone adapter. Why? Why is it so important? Well, watch what happens when I back up from my video. So this is the audio. Now, how is the audio from back here? Thumbs up, thumbs medium, or thumbs down? How's the audio? Right. So microphones are very proximity sensitive. So I got a microphone up here, and because I'm close enough, you get this nice, deep, resonating, sexy Dan Brown voice, right? Just kidding. All right. So the thing is, though, is that if I go further away, and that boy, I watch what happens. I'm this far back. and you already see that there is like a loss in sound. So the closer you are to this microphone, the better. Now, you're not going to get right up close to that person because you're going to get like their face is going to be covering the entire screen. So you get this microphone. It gives you a 6-foot cord and a 20-foot extension, but about 6 feet is what you want. And it clips to the person's clothing. And if they don't have, like if they have loose clothing and it's not fitting or they don't want it there, just place it right in front of them at the desk or table near them. You want that microphone about 6 to 8 inches away maximum from their mouth. And this is on, Amazon for $30. You get that stupid little adapter. If you have an iPhone, you don't see the screen. Let me put it up here again. Go back to it. Purple Panda microphone. I've got a $500 microphone you're listening to right now. I've tested that Purple Panda compared to this thing. I can't hear a difference. I can't. Maybe some audio file might be able to, oh, okay, good. Yeah, the deep timbre, this megahertz. I don't hear any of that. I know that Purple Panda makes a great lavalier microphone, a microphone that attaches to clothing and your collar or whatever. So $30 for that, $5 or $7 for the little adapter if you have an iPhone, and you're golden. Next thing, something to hold the phone. Something to hold the phone, because you don't want to be holding that phone. Rich did a great job of holding the phone and framing the person, but you want to carry on the conversation looking at the subject and them looking at you. You don't want to be looking at them through the phone. You're going to have your phone sitting over here. They're talking to you. The phone sits sideways. So what do I mean sideways? Watch what I mean by sideways. Let me just get to my studio here. All right. So let me turn off switch. Okay, I'm talking to you right now into the camera. Some people can talk into a camera, some people can't. I can tell you when I first started talking, I couldn't talk into a camera. I was just, it was just bad. So we have interview format where you set the phone up and the phone is shooting from the side and the person is talking to you. You're looking at the person, you're not saying anything. You're saying, so tell me about ABC Dentistry, and you're holding the phone and they're talking to you. Oh, ABC Dentistry, you guys are the best. I used to go to this chain, that chain place down the way there, whatever. And every time I went, it was a different hygienist, different doctor, and they just weren't very friendly. It's kind of like a number. I come here and you guys are just friendly. The care is amazing. I love my hygienist. She is just awesome. Doctor care, I never complain, that person they're looking at you, not at the camera. They're looking at you, and it's called interview format, and it's acceptable. At some point, some people might be able to look straight into a camera, but it's a rare thing. So what you want to do, thumbs up if you track that. Thumbs up if you track what I just said. Good. So if you're going to do that, you want to do that in such fashion that they are properly framed. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So this cell phone is set up on a selfie tripod or similar. And these selfie tripods exist on Amazon for like 15 to 30 bucks. Again, we had a gift for those Bloomberg Digital clients at owners conference of such a thing. And some of them, go all the way to the floor and stand up 5.5 feet. Some of them just stand on a desk. I don't care which one you get, but you frame it up where the person is sitting there. Correct framing looks like this, okay? Not too close, not too far, not cutting off the head, not too much space above the head, just kind of straight in the middle. I can now take that video, I can make it portrait, I can make it landscape, I can make it square, okay? And you want to make sure the person is not looking down at the camera. We get what's called under chin. It's never flattering, ever, like ever. It adds like 20, 30 pounds, okay? So the camera is eye level with the person. And from a lighting perspective, you don't want too little lighting, and you don't want to blow it out like you see on the right-hand side. You want just ample lighting. You don't want to put them up against a window where there's bright light coming, because they're going to be all shadowed out. So those are the guidelines for, doing videos. Some people say, well, what about backgrounds? Well, you definitely want to mind the background. Matheson Dentistry, they didn't have this where you got a lot of depth. You see there's depth behind the subject. And that's ideal as long as it's nice and clean and tidy. So Matheson Dentistry went on to Amazon and got one of these vinyl backgrounds. They didn't get the poles. They just got the actual vinyl. And you hang the vinyl against a wall and it looks kind of cool. Looks like a wooden background, and they have all different versions. You don't want it too noisy. You don't want, a jungle forest back there. You just want it nice and professional. This sits in a wall in their break room, and they bring somebody in and they put the microphone on and they make sure that they got a proper light, and it's a done deal. So those are my suggestions. I'm going fast, but I wanted to cover a lot of data because we're already up for our hour. You guys know that I do questions and answers until 1:30. I want to open up if anybody has any questions right now. So raise your hand if you got a question. I'm looking at your screens. Okay, who's overwhelmed? Raise your hand. You're overwhelmed. You're like, okay, I can't do this. It's too much. Raise your hand. It's okay. Okay, how many of you feel a little bit more confident? I think I could do this. I think I could do this. Raise your hand. Good. Now, how many of you have, I might be able to do this, but I'm a little bit concerned. I got reservations. Raise your hand. I got reservations. Good. So Tracy, light up your microphone if you wouldn't mind. I'm gonna pick on you. Not really.
Hello.
Hey there. So Tracy, what comes to mind? What comes to mind as far as, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I feel comfortable.
Well, of course, I've never done anything like that before. And I mean, typically you want your doctor involved, right?
Sometimes.
Okay. So just really just depending on the situation, perhaps, I guess.
You take a look, there's some staff that are just good with this kind of stuff. You take
Right.
Tamara from Dr. Dill's office. That's what she's good at, right?
Right.
And she's better at it than probably anybody else. You got the hygienist who has this fantastic line to this patient. Boy, that hygienist is the one who should probably help out on that.
Right,
She
because
could
we
at least
do. We
set it
have
up
a
and get the
hygienist that's great. She's awesome
Right.
with patients.
Do
Yeah.
you want? Yeah, but do you want your hygienist sitting there? You're setting up, video and stuff. Maybe not, but you get the hygienist help to get the patient's agreement at least. You get assistants. Sometimes you get these assistants. Just ask your assistants, there's your administrative staff in the office. Say who's on TikTok and who's good at doing TikTok and Instagram. Find that person. They're probably going to be pretty good at grabbing this hat. Listen, I'm 53 years old. I basically fart dust. I'm old enough that I could be most everybody's father here. So sorry for being crude, but listen, I'm just telling you, I didn't think I'd be talking about TikTok at 53 years old, but I had to study this stuff because you either move with marketing or you get left behind because marketing's always changing. Marketing is always changing. I'm going to tell you this, and it's kind of a scary thing, but you either change with it or you get left behind. And I think you're still going to do fine. Whether you do video marketing or you don't, I think you're going to do just fine because you're essential. You're in dentistry. But if I'm a patient and I just moved to, a new town, a new area, I got to pick a new dentist. And I'm not an insurance plan guy. I really want something for my family. I'm going to go check out your Google profile, and on your Google profile, I see some before and after photos and some fine downgraded resolution because your Google business profile has a limit on file size for a video. But all of Rich Salvatore's videos, we're going to, Allison has created downgraded versions that can be uploaded to the Google My Business profile. If I start seeing some of those, and I go, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. I get to meet him. I walk into the practice. I'm a bit starstruck. Oh, hey, it's good to meet you. I got people coming to MGE right now. Hi. I just wanted to say, I really love your videos and I love watching you online. I'm like, dude, you're starstruck. I'm a dental consultant. I appreciate that. It's so flattering. but I'm nothing special. I'm just this dental consultant. I'm a marketing guy. But when people see you on video, you will get this thing where you've got an instant altitude. So go ahead and do it. Get out there. And I want you to capture your staff, the culture. Just go look at some of the content on TikTok for on Mark Dill. Salvatore Dental isn't on TikTok, but they're on Facebook and Instagram. They got great stuff, and it's wholesome. It's who they are. It's not who they're not, right? And some of it's fun, some of it's community and stuff. And I'm going to take this up, Tracy. Start doing it, and you're going to find that you're going to get over the biggest barrier, which is your own reservation about it. Okay.
Right.
You're going to try and make it all perfect and, blissful and all. It's not going to be that. And that's kind of one of the best things about, a small private business. And that's why people like going to a small private practice, is because it's not all industrial and corporate and perfect. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, I mean, like if you're talking to practice that's never done anything like that at all, I mean, where's your first way to go? I mean, are you saying start with TikTok? Or are you saying start with Facebook? Or, I mean,
here's what I want you to start with. I want you to get content. I want you to get some testimonials.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I want you to start. Just get, you got a patient that you love and they love you. They're
right.
like, they come in and they bring cookies, it's like they love you. Get them to do a testimonial. We'll get it edited, or you could try to edit yourself or whatever. And then we'll tell you where to place it. We'll help you start a YouTube channel. We'll help you start, a Facebook. We'll get it up, and you do this a few times, and then you get a rhythm. I really suggest you take Dr. Salvatore up on it. He said, go look at my first videos. They're awesome. We all have a good laugh, but you got to start somewhere,
Right.
And MGE, go look at MGE's first videos. I mean, it is hysterical. It's hysterical. I mean, it's cringeworthy for me looking at MGE but it's you start at the bottom, and that's where you go. So
Okay.
Just get out there and have some fun. Real key with video is just make sure it's fun, because if everybody's super serious, okay, start a video. Hi, my name's Dan. I want to talk to you about Bloomberg Digital Marketing Services. Ja, genau. Nobody's going to respond to that positively. Look at how I am right now. If you meet me, this is how I am. I'm kind of like this. And if you don't like this, well, move on, and I'm not apologizing, and you don't have to accept it if it's not for you. But, some people go, yeah, I like that you're just kind of natural and you're approachable, and you said fart on camera, and that's cool. And that's what you want to capture who you are. Okay, good.
Right.
Any other questions? That was a great one. Any other questions or reservations? Anybody else? Like, I don't know. And I'm not going to make you feel bad. I'm not going to make you feel uncomfortable. I just want to, this is for you. This is for you. So I want to see if anybody's got any other points or questions. Good. Who would like some more examples of video and video content and stuff you could do? Raise your hand if you want to see some more examples. Excellent. Good. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that right now. I'm going to show you somebody who, like you, was kind of so-so. Is Dr. Solomon. He's like, I don't know. I'm not really like, current in marketing and stuff. He's in New York. Had this patient, and his patient was, he was an actor on Broadway, and his name's Juwan Jackson. And he was actually featured or interviewed on a show, local show. And he mentioned Dr. Solomon and the practice. And Dr. Solomon reached out and said, hey, Dan, I got this. I don't know what to do with it. So we got that. We got the clip. He sent the clip. We got, I said, now, Dr. Solomon, what I want you to do is I want you to send a little message, like a holiday greeting. This was just before Christmas, holiday greeting to your patients, and introduce this message. He goes, oh, Dan, I don't know if I'm good at this. I said, good. Do it 3 times. We're going to send all 3 to me. We're going to take the best one. And he took some convincing, but he did it. Then sent us the logo. And Allison edited all of it. She put it all together, and this is what it came out as. Let me just make sure you guys got sound on this. Yeah. Here's what it ended up being.
Hello everyone, it's Dr. Frederick Solomon here at Tribeca Smiles, wishing you a wonderful holiday season. I'd like to introduce you to a dear friend of ours. This is Mr. Juwan Jackson, who is the star of the Broadway show Ain't Too Proud to Beg. And recently he gave us a little shout out. Check this out.
Yours. And by the way, everyone's been talking about your smile. You showed up and they were like, why do we have lights when Juwan's in the house? Seriously. And I heard, and you give your shout out to Tribeca Smiles. So I love that you like shout out to Tribeca Smiles.
Dr. Solomon, he gets me together.
Oh well, we can tell. So I'm so excited that the show is returning.
Good. How long do you think it took Dr. Solomon to put that message, that intro message together? This one. How long do you guys think? Show me with. Film it and send it to Allison. Show me in minutes on your fingers. How many minutes do you think that took him? I got 5, I got 3, I got 3, I got 2. Yeah, 2, 5, 6, 1. Right. Yeah. I just want you to put it all into perspective here. What exactly is the time commitment? And it's not that much. Okay, good. One of the most important videos, I would say, is a reveal video. And a reveal video is where you are capturing the first time a person sees their new smile. Okay, the first time they see their new smile. They chipped a tooth, they have a cracked tooth, they have stained teeth, they're getting veneers, you closed a gap, there could be an all-on-4 procedure, whatever. It's called a reveal video. And before they lift that mirror to see their new smile, and we're talking in most cases, they're temporaries. It's their temporaries, but that's the shock moment. That's where they go, oh my gosh, you want to capture that. In some cases, they're going to say, oh, that's cool. Probably not going to use that. Some cases they'll say, no, oh no, we're definitely not going to use that. But in some cases, you're going to get a really incredible reaction. And I've put together a compilation of reveal videos that I want you to see and, put some music behind it because, we got the video editing marketing touch. And I just want you to enjoy and appreciate who you are and the changes that you make in people's lives. So here you go. And that was fast. Did you enjoy? No. Okay, here we go. I messed it up. Come on now. You can do this. Okay, so who was touched just even maybe a little bit by that? Who was touched? Come on now, raise your hand. Yeah, right. And I don't know if you saw that last video, 5.7 million engagements, reactions to that video, not views, reactions. So there you go. You know, the point of this is you guys do incredible things every day. You know, you help people live longer. You take them out of an unnecessary predisposition to illness and disease, because people with unhealthy teeth and gums are more predisposed to a bunch of conditions that we know of. You restore confidence. You give them quality of life. So let's capture that. That's all we're trying to do. Thumbs up if you're tracking and you like it. Thumbs sideways, kind of. Thumbs down. I don't know if I can do this. Awesome. Any last questions before we wrap it up? Any last questions? Good. Well, you guys have been very fun to work with. Are you guys enjoying these webinars? Raise your hand if you're enjoying this stuff. Good. I want to ask you right now, what topics do you want more of? We got another one in 2 weeks. I can talk, as you guys can see, I can talk for hours. So what kind of topics? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. You want more of this? You want more of that? What you want? Anyone? Come on, don't be shy. Easy to please. I mean, that's okay. Yeah, go ahead, Josh. What you got?
So you touched on it a little bit for the last Zoom meeting we were at, but I would love to go over a little bit more of, like, I don't know, maybe like a sample marketing budget about like what would like your top priorities of where to allocate your funding for it.
Good, good. How many of you would like that too? Raise your hands. You would like that too. Good, good, excellent, can do. Anybody else? Anybody else? Raise your hand right now. Anything else that you would like me to be taking up in these things? I got plenty of content planned, but I just want to know. Anyone else? Anything else? Okay, Jennifer, good to see you. Shanna, thank you for being here. Tracy, thanks for engaging. That was cool. Dr. Williams, great to see you. Been a while. Donnie, welcome. Okay, good. Dr. Christian, good to see you here. Let's see. Hey, Dr. Cho, welcome. This is your first one. Welcome, welcome. Good. Yajide, great to have you guys here. Good to see you as always, Dr. Martinson. All right, and Sharon and crew, smile group, throw those arms in the air. There you go. Such an awesome team. Great. If I haven't mentioned you, it's because I haven't seen you. I got a limited number of views I could see. Okay, event-based marketing would be cool to go over from Donnie. I'd love to get better at planning events for the office. Ooh, great one. How many of you guys do sip and scan Invisalign events? Sip and scan Invisalign events? Not many of you. Sip and scan, yeah. You get people in for a free scan and a rendering of what their Invisalign will look like, and they get to sip on some bubbly. And the bubbly could be whatever bubbles, if you know what I'm talking about. Good. We can definitely take some event-based stuff. Good. Guys, I'm about to wrap this up unless there's any last questions. How to troubleshoot a dip in new patients. Absolutely. And what I want you to do, if you are experiencing this, there are interesting things happening right now. First of all, Google just did a massive update 2 months ago, which can affect your organic rankings. It's affected just about everybody's rankings in every industry, okay? They do this about once a year. They did it last year. So that can happen. Google AdWords, the expensive Google AdWords, it's gotten very, very busy and very expensive. If you're having problems or traction in direct mail, your postcards, we can review all of these individually. So I want you to reach out to your account manager, and failing that, or you just want to reach out to me. I'll help you on an individual basis, but I could definitely tell you some things that we should be thinking with, because we got some stuff coming up and you want to be in front of that. Great, folks. It was great seeing you. Thanks for attending, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks again. You're very welcome. Love it.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Good to see you, Sonia.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Here we
Yeah, great to see you.
Bye, Dan.
Awesome,
Thank
Sharon.
you.
Thank you. Good to see you guys.
Growing
Ciao.
and growing.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. Oh, well done. Well done. Good.